Ready?
It's time to talk sports. National, local, professional, completely unprofessional, high school and college.
Let's take it even further off the hook.
It's the Zach Gelb Show.
We are rolling
on Fox Sports 920, The Jersey.
Everybody, this is the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, The Jersey, coming to you today from New York City from the WFAN studios. But this is Fox Sports 920, The Jersey, and we broadcast back through New Jersey in our Princeton Orthopedic Associates studios on the 5th day of October 2016. A big playoff game tonight. That's why I'm in New York City, and it will be played at Citi Field between the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. Winner goes on to face the Chicago Cubs in the Windy City. And now joining us is a legendary Mets player. I call him Fonzie. That is the great Edgardo Alfonzo, who joins us right now. Edgardo also played for the Mets and the San Francisco Giants. Edgardo, appreciate a few minutes, and how are you, my friend?
Hi, what's up, guys? I'm doing so good. I'm doing great.
Aren't we all doing great? Because we're getting ready for the big game tonight. So you played, it's a different format, but you played in one of these win-or-go-home games, and that was back when the Mets were in Cincinnati playing the Reds. What were the emotions leading up to a big playoff game like the one that you faced that day?
I remember that so well, man. It was great. I mean, I remember we were sitting in Shea Stadium after the win, after the victory. I don't remember the team. I think it was a Milwaukee or something. I don't know. And then we find out we don't know if we were gonna fly to Arizona to face Diamondbacks, or we had to do one of those games that's gonna happen today in Citi Field. And finally, we get to Cincinnati, and the motivation was on right away, because there's something that you always dream, and there's something that you all sacrifice during the season. You know, like you worked so hard to get to this point. Now, one more game, let's go for it. I mean, everybody was right on, and everybody was so happy, so exciting to do it. And we just did. I mean, that was a great feeling.
Well, you're being very modest because you hit a big home run to open that game against the Reds. How about that home run? What do you remember about that 2-run shot?
Well, that's a great memory, because that was my first playoff game and my first at bat. And then just like that, I hit a home run straight out center field. And then when you run around the base, it's like, wow, I really did this. You still don't believe it, but it's real. And then that was great. I mean, after that, I think it was a great lift for Al Leiter. I think he's just coming through and did what he did. And then, I think we put everything together to win that game, and great effort for each one. And the infield, I think, make nice plays around. And we did the little things to win the games. I think it's the huge thing about it.
This Mets team, they went to the World Series last year, now back in the postseason this year. Expectations different because of the injuries that they suffered. But your team, they went to the NLCS, lost to the Braves, and then went to the World Series the following year and lost to the Yankees in a very memorable Subway Series. What stands out to you about your team that went back to the postseason 2 years in a row all those years ago?
I think the chemistry that we have back then. I would say last year that we wouldn't have the pitching staff than the Mets have last year. We had to have those years, and we would play against the Yankees. Forget it. I mean, we should have won all the way. But I think the way we play, we did pretty good job together. I mean, we don't have a really huge guy. I mean, we have a guy Piazza, one of those guys named Piazza, and Robbie Ventura, and then but I think we just played together. We did the little things to win. I think Reed did tremendous job. Bobby Johns, Mike Hampton, all those guys did tremendous, and this is how we get back to the playoff and 99, 2000. And looking in 2010 when we started. I remember we started in Japan. I mean, you see the team that we put up together. Compare with the team the Mets have last year, say, wow, that's a complete different team, definitely. because the pitching staff, the players that we have by then, the players the Mets have right now, I think it was huge. But I think the big thing is we stayed together, we played together. Bobby, I think did a great job with the team that we have by then, and this Mets team is completely, rebuilt it. They have everything that you're looking as a manager. They have a pitching, they have a power, they don't have many speed, but now with Reyes, I think it's going to be huge. Been doing great job for the lineup. I think make a huge difference in the lineup, and so far so good for them.
You mentioned Piazza. This was such a big year for Mike Piazza, getting into the Hall of Fame, having his number 31 retired by the Mets. I was at that ceremony, and I love when Mike calls you mi pana. I absolutely love that stuff. What did it mean for you this year to see Mike Piazza get into the Hall of Fame after waiting all those years?
Well, I had to pay Mike. I already paid my. I already paid Mike for saying that for me. No, it was great, man. I mean, I think he deserved it. Whatever. Mike went through a lot of stuff during his early career, and he proved that it doesn't matter where you've been selected and draft, you can make it to the big league. So, but the only thing Mike did, I think, is his animal working. He's worked so hard. And then, when every time I saw him and then every time we talk, he told me that he really thanked me for make the job easy in New York, because every time we come to the home plate, he always got somebody on base, or I always set the table for him. So I think it was huge playing with Mike. And he's a great guy to be around with, and we'll see. We'll have great memories together. I mean, in New York.
As a kid, there was nothing better, as Edgardo Alfonzo joins us right now, than going to Shea Stadium and see you and Mike play. There was just so much excitement in that lineup. But I want to bring back one memory from Mike's career, and it's a historic rivalry. I'm sure you asked about this all the time, but it's something I've always wondered. I got to ask Bobby Valentine about it, but I want to hear it from a player perspective. What was your reaction that night in the Subway Series when Roger Clemens threw the bat at Mike Piazza? Because I still don't get how someone just throws a bat at someone and says, "Hey, I thought it was the ball."
Yeah, that was surprising. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's really tough because for Mike Piazza, I think my I don't know. I mean, Mike was a really smart guy. I don't know if he charged on the mound. They both are gonna be thrown out of the game, and we're gonna need Mike later on. But I don't think that was the right thing for Clement to do or to describe what happened. I think that was a stupid excuse that they made up. And then we were so mad. I mean, we were so mad because imagine if something happened, it maybe the bat was hit Mike in the face or something like that, and now it's critical, the situation. But I think, to me, I think Mike handled pretty well. He knows that we're gonna need it later on in the game, and I don't know what's going on with Roger Clement, but I think Mike did the right decision. I mean, we just want him to charge. But at the same time, we're going to lose him if he charges the mound,
Edgardo, let's get to this team. Tonight they're going up against Madison Bumgarner. This is a pitcher that's won 3 World Series already. He thrives on this big stage. As a hitter that's had a lot of success in the postseason, if you were in the batter's box tonight going up against Madison Bumgarner, what would your approach be against him?
Well, I think with that guy, if you started thinking, you're gonna get in trouble. You just gotta try to be aggressive with that guy, because he's the guy who throws strike. So you don't. I mean, he like to throw the cutter inside. He like to breaking ball and try to get ahead in the count. If you let it get ahead in the count, you're gonna be in trouble. So it's kind of you're gonna play the little games against this guy. You gotta attack early, and if you have to bunting and make him mad in the mount. That way he loses the composure in the mount, and he's a great pitcher, but he had to throw a strike. He had to throw over the strike zone, and if we're gonna be patient, we're gonna be smart and doing the little thing. I think we're gonna great success against Bumgarner tonight.
Now, on the other end, you have Noah Syndergaard, Thor on the mound, and he's my favorite player on this group of the New York Mets. And as a hitter, I'm sure you're happy you're not in the game anymore, because I don't know how you would hit a 95-mile-per-hour slider.
You don't hit it. You're just reacting. And if you hit it, you hit it. If you don't, so what? You throw too hard. You just pretty much like you close your eyes and try to hit it.
Edgardo Alfonzo with us on the Zach Gelb Show. How about the job of the manager and Terry Collins? Because this has been a group that suffered a lot of injuries, and not too many people thought they would be in the postseason in August. But Terry Collins does a very good job with connecting with his players. How about the manager?
Definitely. I think he's been doing magic, because it's not easy when you have your plan set up for the whole season, for the 162 games. And now, even halfway, everybody started getting hurt, broken down, and you had to pull triggers. I mean, you had to pull guys from everywhere and try to fill the spot. And you know what it is? So hard to fill spot or Mark Harvey's or Steve Matz, DeGrom, or Duda, David Wright. Imagine, I mean, it's so hard to do it. So you had to. It's like every spring training when we get together. He always say, hey, all you guys, no the 25, no the 40, all you guys here, we're going to need you guys to finish the season every time. Every guy, and the Mets organization is going to help to finish the season at some point. And you see what he's been doing. I mean, he's been pulled the guy from AA for AAA and try to fix the spot here, there. And it's not easy. I mean, when you guys, you're three guys in the rotation, your main guy is David Wright. Look at Duda now. Flores is out too, so it's hard to do it. But I think he's been handled so good, and then put everything together and put everything the best he can. So I mean, I give my hands to Terry.
Fonzie's also done a really good job handling the situation of having two very good players who went through their sorts of struggles through the year, one being Curtis Granderson. He's completely turned it around in the second half, and then Jay Bruce comes over at the deadline, and he didn't get going until a week ago. So when you're a player like that, Terry Collins and the players are appreciative of it, of how that he's handled that slumping situation. When you were in a slump, how'd you try to break out of it? Because clearly Granderson and Bruce have broken out of that slump now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Granderson has been great since last year. And he's the kind of guy. He's a competition guy. I mean, I take a guy. It doesn't matter if he's a slump all year round. When with the belt ring, I think his approach changed completely. I don't know what it is, but his approach completely changed, and he become one of the dangerous guy in the lineup. And that's what you need right now. I think he's been handled pretty good, the situation. Once in a while, I think Reyes is being great for the Mets right now, because he's being the little spot and give you a Grandy some opportunity to see more pitch, to relax a little more, and Bruce, I think it's going to be is doing tremendous. He needs he wake up right when we need it, and hopefully continue like that. So now is when the big guys have to step in and do the job, and then prove why they're big.
You've played multiple positions, both second base and third base. Jose Reyes, traditionally a shortstop, also played some second base in his career as well. But now he's at third base. I think the most underrated part of his game so far in New York has been his defense. And even he told me on Saturday, he's surprised how well he's handled the transition playing third base.
Well, when we started work together, I signed as a shortstop, and I moved to second base, and then I moved back to third base. So one thing that I told him is about third base, you got a great arm, you're so quick, and you're so fast in the infield, and you don't need to hurry in third base. So we went down to minor league to work a little bit about situations, about ground balls, about learn the runners, the runner will tell you how quick you can release the balls and stuff like that. And I tell you what, he been handled that so well that I get surprised. I mean, he with the stuff he went through this year and started to learn a new position for him. And I told him, if you play shortstop, you can play anywhere. Doesn't matter. I mean, you just need to slow down a little bit. You game plan and game situation, and you're gonna be all right. So he did that very good, and looking now.
Wrapping up with Edgardo Alfonzo, who joins us right now. I look back at that 2000 team, the top of the order, Perez, yourself, and then Mike Piazza. The top of the order this year, Reyes, Cabrera, and Cespedes. Both of those top of the orders, they were a whole lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been watching. I'll tell you what, I've been watching Cabrera since when he's played with Cleveland, and I also watch him play in Venezuela, and he's a really interesting guy. I like the way he plays. He's a slow guy. I mean, he's a slow guy, but he get it done somehow. And then with the bats, forget it. He's on fire. I think he's been enough competition to prove what kind of player he is right now. And then, Cespedes is the guy who's feel more comfortable when you got men in scoring position. And he know what to do. I mean, he's a strong guy. He just needs to put the ball in play. And Reyes, well, his job is to get on base and put pressure on the pitcher. And then we'll see what's going to happen. I think it's going to be an interesting game tonight. It's too bad I cannot go right now because I'm in Long Island do something. But I'm gonna watch on TV and root for my guys.
Well, hopefully there's another. Oh, yeah, right. You just have to clarify that plan for both teams. But this, you want to see a little series coming up against Chicago, and Mets fans want to see you back at Citi Field. Just tell me what it meant to play in New York, and also what it means to you now after your career. Before we let you run, that these fans still embrace you and scream Fonzie every time they see you.
Well, I still live in New York. You know what I mean, right? I like New York. I like the fans. When I play here, I got tremendous support by the people, and I think I learned how to play baseball in New York. They teach me how to play baseball in New York. The fans tell me when I should be doing good. They know me when I was down, and they lift me up. And the Mets organization gave me the opportunity to play, and play in front of this crowd here in New York is exciting. I mean, push you into position that you have to do it not 100%, but just 110%, 120%, whatever percent over 100, because you want to do it. You want to do it in New York. You want to do it for the fans, and I learned to play baseball. And that's what I did. So I think I appreciate it to be here. That's why I keep my house in here in New York. And then, it's too good to be here.
Appreciate the time today, Edgardo. Enjoy the game tonight, and let's see a Mets win, baby.
All right, thank you. So can I go shopping now?
Go ahead. Go buy a whole lot of stuff. Enjoy whatever you want, Edgardo. Maybe I'll buy you something as well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have a good
Thanks
one,
so
right?
much. You too. Edgardo Alfonzo joining us on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, The Jersey.